let's take a look then. So we're playing as white. And nowadays we prefer playing high, but it's not a huge difference. Hmm. Hmm. In the past, we were more worried about this sort of like wavy flow. Like you get a stone on the first line, then the next one should be on the fourth, and the next one on the third, and they alternate, right? But nowadays, I feel like AI worries much more about the local shape uh, for these sorts of patterns. But yeah, global thinking still very important angle, of course. But for this pattern, I don't think AI plays the third line anymore. But you blocked on this side. Mm, I think both are okay, but usually AI won't complain about either. I don't know. Kind of strange here. Mm, mhm. But here, yeah, you're connecting your stones, but you're just connecting your stones. So this sort of connection kind of feels dummy like. So you won't make any points because your opponent is going to just split aside, and it's difficult to develop from this wall because you lost Hente. And from your opponent's perspective, this Sagari, the going down move, isn't very good. It's too slow. And um, well, you're probably gonna answer at the right time. You could Tanuki, but it feels good to just answer. Now, white is quite thick, I feel. Although, if you don't answer, this isn't it. So this is even thicker. But it feels a little bit premature, maybe. You would like to get Sente from here, but also, if white doesn't answer, maybe white takes Sente to get the other free. Mm, yeah, this is feeling weird. Uh, it doesn't look like the right move for black, but also it feels like white might have lost Sente already somehow. Because of the direction of the block. It shouldn't be a big deal, actually, if you lost anything. I don't think you loses that much. But if you block from here, I think it's much simpler. And in this Joseki, you don't need to keep going. You can just stop here and then take Sente. So, well, it's still a question if you're gonna get the A territory because black can still invade. But for now, you can play elsewhere, it's bigger. Especially since you played B on the third line. This area is safer than usual. The only problem for you is going to be that the shoulder hit at C will limit the amount of territory you can get by quite a bit. So um, it's going to be difficult to make it big in the end. You blocked in this direction, and you can block on the second line. It might be the best, but this cut is still a thing. Um, so the ladder is working for black, right? So yeah. It's gonna be difficult for you to defend here. If you need to pull back, um, when I say defend, you can't keep on defending. Black won't play this directly, but as soon as black invades on the left, um, a defect like this will become more and more annoying because you don't want to spend a move in that region. But what were you going to say? Hmm. I think this is fine. Hmm. Yep. I think both are fine. I don't think this is a good move. I don't think G16 is a good move. He's not strong enough on the left side to do this. And you're poking at the elephant's eye while having a pretty good shape. So this should be good for you, I think. Usually, poking at the elephant's eye is only a problem if you don't have uh, uh, a good enough amount of liberties. But here, I think it's fine. You're strong enough. So uh, this move doesn't seem to do anything. It's only a damage zone to me. And you can push here from the fifth line. It's a block from the fifth line. It feels good as well. Um, mm, if you're gonna push from this side, it's better to just go faster like this with the Kema, especially because you do have the ladder, right? You have the ladder from A. Um, there might be some sort of RG, like with him playing somewhere around B because of the ladder, and then maybe he can either reduce or connect with C. But for now, it feels fine. Um, you turned, and now he has the opportunity to turn himself. Um, the this move feels good, um, but also this other move feels good for black as well. Uh, we would like to play the Kema here. It makes the left side really big. It helps these stones a lot. The only worry is indeed if he can somehow drag these stones out, but I don't think this is very good for black. You can just cut him. How do you continue from here? I don't know. It seems very complicated. If he connects, then you can uh, maybe protect like this instead. So usually we want to protect like this, but this defect is annoying. So maybe you can protect either like this or like this this time. If you protect like this, maybe 9 is the best. And now you're developing the left side while attacking B and C at the same time, and you only have the burden of protecting D. So I think it should be good for you. Um, the 2v1 type of fight is very good for the person who has only one group to worry about. Uh, here Yeah, if he turns, your left side is gonna get smaller while he gets stronger. And this move at 8 might become a little bit too slow. But it's a very thick move, so um, it's difficult to mm, not really punish, but if you get counterattacks on the top as black, uh, A is gonna make your life very hard because it's a very thick move. Uh, and he's trying to drag that stone out as well. So I think he might make A become a good move pretty soon because he's trying too hard to save the B stones. Uh, he is playing a stone at A for no reason because B is already a thick and healthy group. So if you add stones close to a thick and healthy group, the best you can do is just a reduction, but at this point in the game, it's not worth it. But okay, you managed to push, but again, I would rather go faster, not from behind. Uh, yeah. Um, Sometimes we do want to push from behind, but it's usually when it comes to a matter of trying to get Sente while damaging your opponent's shape a little bit. So we just push a little bit, then get Sente to play elsewhere. But here, I don't think it's worth it. And a lot of it is because we're still pushing from behind and not damaging our opponent's shape. When we just push from behind, our opponent gets better shape actually. He could have jumped. Mm, the only problem with the jump is the wedge usually. Uh, but here, if he just protects like this, he has to kind of worry about this turn, but he can just fix it like this. If he fixes like this, then there's this. But if he does it this way, it should be okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this the push from behind is a very circumstantial thing. You usually try to avoid it. And here, when you play when you play A, you're giving him two very good moves, two very good possibilities. So he can either take the tiger's mouth at B or take the tiger's mouth at C. Both are amazing shape. Uh, Probably C is better, I think. Um, Again, the D group is big, but it's difficult to kill it as a whole. And if you try to wedge at E, you're gonna damage the A stone in the end. And the battle in the center is much more important. If you take C, then you weaken G by a lot, and invading around H becomes very likely and probably the best move, I guess. So just play here. Um, and where is the follow-up for white against the top group? I don't know. And the other uh, aspect of why A doesn't look that good to me is that it's not that urgent to live with the I group because you had A and you had J. So you had two options to live. Uh, so there wasn't that much of a worry about that group. Mm, okay. Okay, he pushes, you pull back. This would be your opportunity to extend here. And R7, yeah, exactly. So now you can either, so if he takes A, you pull back, uh, and vice versa. And I wonder if the A-B exchange is a good exchange for you now. Um, he damages your stone, but well, you can take center back to play one, so um, yeah, it should be okay for you, I think. Okay, he takes that tiger's mouth. It's a good tiger's mouth, but if you take the A tiger's mouth, you would much rather have the B stone at C, I think. Uh, or maybe not. Maybe it's okay. But both seem a little bit slow. Like the B for D exchange, don't know. Uh, like from the tiger's mouth of A, E, F, playing B seems strange. Uh, I would rather have that stone elsewhere. But anyways, the other tiger's mouth seems better, much better. This tiger's mouth. Yeah, that's interesting. But here you can peep, but you should follow it up with a Kima on the other side. Mm. Mm-hmm. K12. Let's see. Ah, I see. Mm. This cuts. Mm. Yeah, the issue with this cut is that he can just go out. He doesn't need to do anything against the cutting stone. And, well, you can keep on pushing. But once he cuts here, it's Sente against these two stones, right? The A stones. You need to somehow connect. And then now he can, like, does this capture? No, it doesn't. Or does it? Well, those stones don't have anywhere to go to, so maybe that captures. Uh, yeah, so it's pretty difficult for you to really cut him because the A stones weren't strong enough. From your end, it's much simpler and a much better strategy as well because of the size the left side is getting to just let black connect in dummy. When you attack, one when you attack, you can get profit back from many different ways. The first one is obviously to kill the group. The second one is the most common is to get profit back step by step while attacking. So while attacking, you play a Keima somewhere that takes a little bit of points, and you play another Keima here and there, and suddenly you get 10 points back from the attack. And often 10 points back is enough for you to get back into the game. So um, by playing like that, you don't risk much, and you're able to stay in the game. Um, Other ways of profiting are through reductions and invasions. Sometimes you get center moves or influence like moves from attacking, and those moves might enable you to either invade or reduce much better than if you didn't have them. And another way of profiting is by having your opponents connecting their groups in Dame. If you just play the Keima here, maybe not now, but pretty soon, this cut is getting very urgent, and uh, if your opponent needs to somehow protect, you can just force him to connect, and now all of these stones are making close to 0 points. This is very inefficient for him. This is already a punish. You're already punishing your opponent by playing like this. It feels very silly. When you play against very strong players, the pro level players, they will do this a lot to you. They will attack you and you're gonna survive, but in the end it feels so meaningless because you make 0 points by defending your groups. Okay. Usually we try to avoid this because there's a big defect in the corner with the free, and if you just keep on pushing and poking, we fix that defect for our opponent. And we fix that defect while not taking that much back, because this block is still open. Our opponent can still poke at B and weaken our wall, if not just capture the C stones after cutting at E. And we have to also be aware that we never played at E. So the center is very open. The center is open from this direction, and if our opponent plays anything in here in the center of the center, then it's his moyo, not our moyo. Okay. Oh, it kept on pushing. Yeah, it's pushing from behind. Sometimes you do want to get this, actually, but it's only if the A stones are much weaker than they are here. If they are much weaker, then you can abuse their shortage of liberties. But here, um, we've already fixed the the B agi with the C and D pushes or bumps. So it's really, really difficult for us to find problems around A. It's better to play the Keima here in D. But this other Keima is much more urgent, I think. If you play this Keima, it isn't even Sente actually, because, well, our opponent can just play a jump here in the center. There might be other options, but this one feels like the best to me. And if you want to crack the right side, you might be able to, but he might be able to like uh, get into the center and damage your shape by a lot. Don't know if this is the best sequence, but yeah, this might not be that great. The game is not that bad for white, you know. Here, if he jumps into the center, this happens. Maybe you can even block here and accept the loss. Yeah, but it's not that great. Mm, don't know. Yeah, maybe black shouldn't push here right away. Maybe just keep on playing on the left side. Maybe play this peep first. Mm, play this peep first, and then do something around the left, play something like this. Then white moves out and you somehow connect. Man, maybe it's better to just play stuff like this. White moves out somehow. Then you connect back, and now no points on the left side for white. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, like I said, the game isn't. Uh, it's not like black is that far ahead or very far ahead, but it could have been better for white. Okay, resolve this. Jumps through spaces. Oh, the camera. He could push and cut directly, probably, because this shape is really, really weak. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. So playing this direction feels okay, but I feel like the Kema might be a bit too fragile. You could instead just turn. If you just turn and he plays the tiger's mouth, then you can honey. You have the letter here, the A letter, so it should be okay. And if it needs to extend, um, it's already a game for you. So you can just feel okay about this, and then you can keep on playing big moves. If he blocks, well, I feel like black is ahead now, but uh, so maybe the position was well after these pushes, then things got way clearer for black, but I don't know if it was that great for black earlier. Um, but here for sure, like this came off feels a bit too much, too fragile. If uh, if this cut happens, then or maybe this cut is premature. Maybe you need to, instead of cutting directly, maybe just do something indirect. Here, you might need to like fix like this, and then black turns. Uh, can we poke directly? Maybe. White will turn. We do something like this. This is dangerous for both. Maybe black prefers. Maybe black would rather play jump first. If white protects, then we move out. Mm, might be a little bit risky for black as well. Maybe black just leaves it and plays forcing moves against A, and these moves will help uh, with the C fight. But regardless of the push and cut working from C for black, if you need to eventually add a move here around D, let's say black instead of pushing and cutting directly, black at some point starts finding center moves around 1. And it's much easier for him to cut, and white will need to come back to play a second move in the center. But if we compare it with just turning, white doesn't really need to play a second move here. Um, there's a whole issue that if black is a ladder breaker, then we do need a second move in the center from here, but maybe we can protect directly like this, but yeah, it still feels kind of slow. Mm, yeah, it's a difficult position for white. Mm, but the idea is that this schema leaves uh, leaves you with homework for the near future. But if you just turn and honey here, there is still some homework around the cut at A, but it's much more manageable and it's much smaller because if black cuts at A, it's only one stone. In the other variation, if you get cut from the Kema, it's much bigger if black captures. From here, it's a much bigger problem. Okay. Oh, play there. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Because now, even if black cuts around A, maybe you can just connect back to B. Uh, Still a stretch, but okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, oh, all very strange. Hmm. Maybe you could like uh, if you just connect through A, um, even though it might be a good move, maybe you could do better by attacking B instead. So you can. Uh, that's another benefit of attacking usually. Like you can protect yourself while attacking. And if you take a move like this, uh, just a second. Just a second. If you play a move like this and he protects, well, you can keep on protecting yourself, I guess. And then he backs off. It's already a reduction, and the A stone helps with connecting to B, and also to maybe connect to C. There's a whole question of if he's gonna answer, but it feels dangerous for him to not answer. But it might become an exchange. If, for example, he plays here, and you maybe capture the top right. Who gets the better deal here? I think it's still black. I think black is still profiting. But maybe this is the best you can do. And it's not 100% clear if he's dead even. If it goes like this, he might be able to find life still. Oh, of course, so he can still kind of connect here. So, yeah. Yeah, you can. Mm, yeah, so maybe this is okay because you can still like let's say he plays here, you can still disconnect from here. And now he has the A group to worry about and the B group as well. Although further disconnecting the B group is still very difficult. And once he comes out here, you need to protect this stone. Uh, Still kind of difficult. Let's see. Let's see, he diagonals as well. How to fix the shape? I don't know. If you fix it like this, then he might jump. And then what did you accomplish? I don't know. Doesn't look like much. Mm, yeah. It's difficult. But also this Keima feels maybe a bit slow, but I don't know. Tough to tell. He got afraid in the top right. Um, Maybe this is your chance. Mm, R17. Well, he's probably afraid of you uh, getting a move here, but then you can just connect. Maybe maybe you start with something local like this. Mm, yeah, in the end, you can profit a lot from stuff like this, but if you don't kill him, it's just too much against the A stones, right? The question is it killing you for sure? There, I don't know. Uh, uh, these sorts of attachments can either grant you life or reduce the damage by a lot. But yeah, I I don't see life coming from this attachment for now. But if you can get something like this in center, maybe it's okay. Like you come back here. I mean, black is still ahead, but maybe this is the best you can do. Uh, and this move puts a lot of pressure on you on the top left. Uh, you're not gonna die probably, but it reduces you a lot while increasing uh, his territory by a lot as well. Mm. Mm. B5. Mm. Uh, Most of the time, C6 is the best move. It's a good move to block, and if you're not strong enough, you can't really do anything better. But if you're strong enough, you can play B6 instead. It's gonna depend on the outside here if you can uh, block from here or not. Uh, in this case, it's kind of tricky because you have both the A and B cuts. But let's take a look. If, let's say, he cuts now and you need to pull back, then it might get into a not so good variation for you, I guess. You can come out and he cannot tarry here, but uh, he has this ladder as well. and if you need to save V stones, then he captures Vs. This doesn't mean it's a huge success for him because you blocking the left side is actually quite big. But I don't know if this is really good for white. Maybe just blocking here is better because you still preserve some points, but you don't lose the four stones. This is quite deep, maybe a little bit too much. I wonder if he could kill you like this. The best you can do from here is probably this defect, but even if it happens like this, I think it's a lot of profit for him actually. Uh, you do capture something in the center, but it's like you get 5 points back while he claims everything on the right side. If if you, on the other hand, uh, maybe play something like this, there's still this defect, but you can kind of manage from here, maybe. Maybe just this as well. Oh, 10. Oh, you mean this? Oh, 12. Ah, like this. You usually don't want to push around the elephant's eye stone. You want to came up from it, uh, because then you can try to net it. In this case, the net doesn't work because A is connected to the BC strong shape. So the best you can do is just play F3, and you're leaving behind this cut, but it isn't a good idea for him to cut like this because he's gonna get cut through himself. If he cuts now, then you can go down. It's a ladder, so you can get some forcing moves back and finally come back to capture these stones. So he can't really cut. Uh, if he can't cut, then it's not a good idea to push F4. It's better to like protect from here, and then maybe you can play this protection, and he plays like this, and now you have the option of capturing V stones. When compared to that other variation I showed where we play like this, uh, you get similar amount of points in the center, but well, he gets fourth line territory now, and his shape is much more solid. In the other variation, he got third line territory, like this. It's much lower, and you don't need to play a move at A right now. You can play it later. Yeah, here you have more opportunities for reduction, and you've already reduced him to the third line, actually. So, yeah, I like this a little bit better. Okay, oh, but if you can live, then that's a major success for you. Live or just fly out. Okay, nice. This might be a little bit too much, but I think it's still okay. Oh, I think you would rather try to play the crow, I guess. And it's not even a crow, maybe because you can connect here. And now you're threatening to capture A to live or connect back to B. cut, here 12. So like this, then you just check. Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can just stop running and just live inside, and that's even better. With this move, you're getting heavier because your stones are all connected, and for you to save one stone, you need to save them all, right? Because they're all connected. That's kind of the definition of being heavy. Like, it's a burden now. Hmm. If you play like this, your stones are not connected yet. So you have more options even. Because if he plays here, you don't need to connect necessarily. So in this case, it is good for you to connect. But you could play a co, for example. And so you have more options. But if you connect here first, now you're committed to less options. Uh, Sometimes it's okay to commit, but only if you have good follow-ups, right? Uh, so if you play like this, he attaris, you connect, he connects. Then now you can try to connect like this. And even if he pushes and cuts, you can still connect to the top through this shape. Um, you don't need to worry about the eighth direction, like the cut direction, this A cut direction. But yeah, from his end, maybe this push is too slow. Maybe he does need to play the A move I mentioned. Mhm. Yeah, this invasion is a little bit too close to black. He can even maybe try to kill you as a whole like this. Um, might be risky because he's gonna face problems like these. And then maybe you can try to live inside. He's he would like to try to kill you like this. Maybe he holds, but it seems kind of risky. Like this, there's still this defect actually, but maybe this holds. Mm, uh, I don't know. Still looks very risky for black actually. This is not working, is it? Maybe it works. I don't know. It seems complicated. So maybe even one is kind of complicated. So maybe your move is much more difficult to answer than it seems. But mm, yeah, I think it should be okay. But well, yeah, if you're losing, B is exactly the type of move you need to play. In Korean, they even have a term. I don't remember the Korean term, but the translation is like the shaking the board move. So you want to shake the board to like mess the stones up and come back in the game. You know Lee Sedol? Lee Sedol is said to be like the greatest master of all time of shaking the board. He had so many games in which he was losing by the time they reached the beginning of the end game, but he would be able to complicate things so much then he would come back very often. So yeah, it's a talent, and it's not only talent, it's something that they do practice through exercises here, targeted exercises, and uh, like they say there is a proper move or good move, then they have the overplay, and in between the overplay and the proper move, you find the shaking the board move, the move that's not really asking for too much, but it's so difficult to punish that you can maybe get something extra from it. Um, yeah, almost overplay, yes. Yes, exactly. And yeah, the B is in that direction because it's very difficult to punish. Your opponents did not punish well, and my A move might be the best, but it's still not easy to fix the C push that you have. Your opponent was afraid of the C push probably. That's why he pushed from the top. It's also good shape, like pushing from the top here from A to B is a good shape, but it gives you tempo to maybe try to live on the right side or uh, run out. So maybe mm, if you live on the right side, it's doable. I think it could be doable for you to win this game. But well, do you have any questions for today? Hmm, let me just show you something. Hmm, hmm. The Kema is usually one of the first moves you try to play because you don't want to push your opponent directly and damage your stone. You want to like keep yourself uh, somewhat farther from it. Now, uh, for example, if you push here, now you need to worry about two things, like the A cut and the B cut. But if you just get the Keima, which in this case is also a Kusumi, now you only need to worry about the A cut, not the other cuts. The other cut is much tougher for white to abuse. But for example, if we play this other sequence, let's say white tenukis, then you play this move. I think it's a bit premature for black to play like this, but if you push, then white is gonna come out. And now he broke your Keima. Uh, he broke your Keima from A to B while cutting through. So yeah, his shape is very strong. But on the other hand, if you play like this, now he's gonna push, but it doesn't break a Keima, and at least you get a block. So he can play like this. At least you block the outside, right? But on the other variation, if you just push through like this, you don't get anything. Like you just get a broken shape. And if you block from this side as well, you get a broken shape on the other side. If you came up from here, Then again, he can still capture this stone, probably. Um, but at least you get a block on the outside. Uh, and if no, you don't want to push like this because you're gonna get a broken shape, and even if you don't get a broken shape, you're damaging the sea stone. It was the A stone. Okay, it changed. But if sometimes we do want to push like this, but only if we are super strong on the other side, right? If we're super strong on the other side, then we can just push. It's already blocked and it's already protected on the other side. So we can just push here and keep the opponent's liberties very tight. So in this case, it would be better for you. I think mostly better for you to just push. There's still a matter of a defect around A. White can play stuff like this, but white is a little bit too weak with the A B stones to play like this at this point. So there's no worry right now. It's better to take the liberty, I think. But yeah, um, with the elephant's eye, uh, typically we want one of the two kings, A or B. Um, and we don't want to get cut through. If we play B and our opponent plays here, we can play the honey sometimes to keep the outside, but we can also drag these stones out. And our opponent can keep on trying to poke um, and push, but we can still keep him in at the cost of like getting a little bit of damage on the right side. Um, but also the right side has solidified. Previously, it wasn't our territory. It was invadable, right? So if it is like this, white can choose to at some point invade here. So in the process of attacking white and the process of having white poke at our shape, even though white is getting outside, we're solidifying the right side. It's not the best sequence, I think, but it's okay. It loses. It doesn't lose as I've already kind of verified this sort of sequence in the past, and it does lose. It's not the best, but it doesn't lose that much. Uh, it's the problem with this elephant's jump is that black is not strong enough on the outside to really profit. So black should wait a little bit and build some more potential on the top here to justify playing the elephant's eye here. I'm gonna send you a link to a video I created some months ago uh, about a game I saw in Japan between a Japanese 9P and a female Insei. And the Japanese 9P like breaks this rule of like pushing from behind in the elephant's eye. But that's because that position was kind of very specific. So it made a lot of sense for him to do that in that position. But it was also like very surprising to me because like almost never you want to push from behind in that situation. But in that situation specifically, it was the best move pretty much. So yeah, great example. hmm Okay, see you next time then.